Hello folks, this is Vlad Antonov from Single Stop for Software Quality. In one of my series where I would like to talk to beginners who wants to learn QA, who wants to kickstart their career or move towards a more senior role. And today I would like to talk to you really about how to actually jump into the QA field, right? The QA field, software QA field, has changed over many decades. It's not the same as it was in the 80s. 90s were very different. And when I jumped into it in early 2000s, it was different. And then 2010, and now we're moving to 2020s. Now, what has changed, right? So everybody talks about automation, right? So let's automate everything so that the whole world is automated and there is no need for manual tests. Now, folks, that's not true. You still need manual QA in many areas. And that many areas, one of the many areas is really the user interface, right? So no matter how good your software is, no matter how good your automation engineers are, at the end of the day, it will be a customer looking at your UI, whether it's a shopping website, a kind of service website, some sort of like a survey website, you name it. I'm not going to go into all the details, but you need manual QA. So today I would like to talk actually specifically about manual QA, right? Really, just today. Yes, it's over the years, decades, it's gotten harder to get a manual QA job. You probably won't get it in any of the Fortune 500 companies, the ones who actually have QA. You probably might not even get in medium-sized companies. Smaller companies still need that. But really, if I were to advise you, and if you're a young individual trying to get into QA, read up, right? Read up on, what the requirements are for those jobs. So I would just recommend going to things like LinkedIn, job posting sites, and just look at the description, right, of what people are looking. And you will see that all of them say, obviously, even for junior positions, they want a couple of years of experience. But all of them talk about scripting experience, right? Like, will it be a SQL experience, SQL, Java, Visual Basic, whatever. Now, folks, scripting is not the same thing as programming. Much easier to learn. You don't have to be a guru. You could be a C++ math student and still be able to script. In some of my videos, I will probably share where to go and get some free training, but there's a hell of a lot of free webinars or videos or out there that you can just search and learn some basics in 1 hour, right? And if you spend 8 hours, you'd probably become intermediate, because scripting is easy. Honestly, I have a computer science degree, but that's not why I say it's easy. So I know how to program, but I haven't been really programming for a long time. But scripting is very easy, and there's a lot of tutorials out there. So all of you folks who want to jump into QA, here's a couple of things you want to do. Number one, look at the job descriptions, right? And see what people are looking, what the trend is, right? I bet you're going to see some scripting, right? Learn how to script. Now, one of the things that you will also have to prove when you're doing an interview, like let's example with me, right, that you are very thorough. Now, what does it mean to be thorough? You need to be very thorough in your life, right? You can't just be thorough at work and then at home, not be thorough. Let's put it this way. So what do I mean by that? In basic words, right? For all of you folks, you need to pay attention to details. Details are necessary, right? If you can talk to your potential employer interview and ensure them that you have great attention to details, you are 50% there. because a lot of people can't even do that, right? I will set up probably a couple of video sets where I would talk to you how to successfully pass interview for the beginners, right? But today, I really want you to look and search online for job postings, right? See if you find things in common, right? You will find scripting, you will find, things like able to read requirements, able to analyze requirements. I mean, that's not hard at all, even if you've never done that. I mean, it's like, think about it like reading a school assignment, right, and understanding what it means. Just break it down, right? Or like a algebra problem, right? Or some sort of a basic assignment. Here's like 10, 15 sentences, right? You just need to say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What does it really want me to do? So I think that if you do that, if you're able to decipher that, then you're definitely 50% there for a junior position, right? After that, you will probably get some sort of assignment where you need to find something wrong with the like UI or a program or something like that. Now, there are probably some obvious things that are broken, and it's very easy to spot. Anybody can spot it. I mean, and you should probably go from the idea of like, if I'm a user, what do I want it to do, right? And keep asking that yourself. I am an end user. If you have an end user in the back of your mind, you're definitely there. You're in the right mind. If you're not, QA is not really good for you because it will be boring and it won't be interesting, right? So there's a lot of concepts that I can talk to you about, but let's break some simple ones, right? Like, how do you test a calculator, right? A calculator program, like a basic calculator, right? Like, if you want to make sure it works, right, what do? Well, so let me give you an example. You could answer like, hey, I want to make sure it launches and closes. Very simple, without errors. Okay. I want to make sure it has all the UI elements that the basic calculator has, and they all work. Display, numbers, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, do sign, all of those basic stuff, and then you start the basic things. You like, can it do all of that, right? Can it do some basic stuff? And then at that point, if you want to impress your potential employer, try to say, well, here's how I think I could break it, right? Try to break it. I mean, think about division by 0, right? Things like that. So you need to have, you need to look for edge cases, as we call it, right? Because most likely programmers, although don't count on it, would probably do some basic tests, right, to make sure it works. But they would never, ever have time for edge cases. I can actually tell you that programmers hate QAing. And again, I already said in my previous videos, but they're not being taught about it at school. So when they go in the real world, people ask them to test. That's like 2 people job for 1 person, right? They hate that. They do everything possible to avoid that, and then think that if the problem happens, they'll just revert the code and redeploy, right? Which is probably what they could do, right? But how many customers will be hurt by that problem? Like, that's a possibility. So guys, again, if you want to jump in the QA field, it's actually all out there on the websites, right? Just go and look at it, look at them, search them. I'm sure there's plenty of YouTube videos about that, but it's actually very simple to get there. You just need to be you. Especially for manual testing, you need to be a basic human being. So I will create more videos step by step on how to successfully pass a beginner's interview. So follow me in my YouTube channel, One Stop for QA, for Quality. One Stop for Quality. Keep learning my channel name. And I will talk to you more. Thank you.